What's up, everybody? UFC 284 was last night. I'm gonna give you all a little post-fight recap of that. Um, it was overall, I thought it was a great card. A lot of good fights, especially the main card. Let's start with the main event. My thoughts on it. Let's talk about it. Volkanovski surprised me. He surprised everybody, I think, against Islam Makhachev. It's for the lightweight title. Volk went in there, the featherweight champ. He was going to leave there featherweight champ. No pressure was on Volk. He does own the pound for pound number one, but I don't think that makes a big. I don't know. I don't really pound for pound. You can argue it all ways. I mean, you know, I don't like it. I don't like the pound for pound just because, I mean, if you put a lightweight against a heavyweight, of course everybody knows what's going to happen. So, I mean, we've seen that numerous times where, Israel Adesanya was ranked, top two and went up to light heavies and fought Jan Blachowicz and he lost. That's why I don't really agree with pound for pound fights. Honestly, if you're going to put anybody at number one pound for pound, I mean, I guess it would be Islam, but just because he won. But let's talk about the fight. I think Makhachev won round one. I think Volk won round two. Round three, I also think it was Makhachev. Four, I believe it was Makhachev. And round five, I think it was Volkanovski. Um, Significant strike wise, I mean, Volk was better on the feet, not by much. Um, I was kind of surprised by Islam's stand up game for sure. But I was also surprised with Volkanovski's takedown defense, and he did get taken down four times, I believe, but Makhachev couldn't do anything with those four takedowns. Did absolutely nothing. Actually, he got punched in the face when he took him down. So, I mean, total strikes you had, not total strikes, not significant, but total strikes you had, Volkanovski had 164 total strikes, and Makhachev had 95. Significant, Volkanovski had 70, and Makhachev had 57. Takedowns was Makhachev took him down four times, but Volkanovski knocked him down once. Control time was owned by Makhachev. He controlled for 7.5 minutes. Now, when Makhachev took him down, he was struggling on getting him down. He immediately went to the back on Volk whenever he took him down. When he went to the back, I mean, he was getting punched in the face. So you can argue that, yeah, he was controlling the position, but Volkanovski was getting him, putting a fist in his face. And, which caused Makhachev to let go of a submission a few times to defend that and punch back. Um, After that, pound for pound, I still got to put Volkanovski at the pound for pound number one, man. Um, just because after that fight, that man was if you looked at him side by side, Volkanovski connected with a nice left hand in the in the fifth round, I believe that blackened Makhachev's eye. If you look at him after a fight, it looks like Volkanovski would have won that fight if you're just looking at him. Islam's face was quite messed up, so you know, but that's that, man. What's next for that division? What's next for Volkanovski? I think Volkanovski is going to go back to featherweight. He's going to fight Yair Rodriguez, who won the interim featherweight title. I think he's going to beat Yair Rodriguez relatively easily. Um, then I think he's going to vacate the title, and I think he's going to move up to lightweight. Just because he fought the best lightweight in the world and took him the distance and barely lost a fight. If he can stay on his feet against Makhachev, he wins that fight all day long. So, I think, he goes up to lightweight after he defends his featherweight title. Then that leaves, what's next for Max Holloway in that division? Where does Max Holloway do? Does he fight Brian Ortega? Does, if Yair Alexander loses to Volkanovski, and Volkanovski, vacates the title at featherweight and moves up, does Brian Ortega and Max Holloway fight each other for a vacant title? Does Arnold Allen get into the mix? He was ranked over Josh Emmett. He's number 4. Josh Emmett was number 5 featherweight. Josh Emmett got a title fight. Brian Ortega is ranked number 3. Josh Emmett got that title fight. Not taking away anything from Josh Emmett. Love Josh Emmett. I was rooting for him last night. Thought he was going to get the big KO. Didn't happen. Yair Rodriguez is a lot better than I thought he was. I thought he got lucky with that knockout, that last fight he had with that fluke elbow. But, what's next for all these guys in the featherweight division? I mean, there's some heavy hitters in this division, man. Champion through 5, man, it's pretty tough. You still got Max Holloway ranked number 1 featherweight. I mean, obviously that's going to change. Yair Alexander's going to move up because he's interim champion, and Max Holloway's going to go to number 2 rank. Brian Ortega's number 3. Arnold Allen's number 4. Brian Ortega already lost to Volkanovski, but that fight was very close. Ortega almost finished him, I think. Ortega, I think Ortega got closer to beating Volkanovski than anything. Ortega's a monster on the ground. I'd love to see that matchup again. So, that's that. Tell me what y'all think about the featherweight division. Let's go. What's next for the lightweights? What are we gonna do with the lightweights? You still got Charles Oliveira at number 1. Number 1 contender. You still got Dustin Poirier at number 2. You got Justin Gaethje at 3. You got Beneil at 4. Chandler at 5. Everybody knows, Chandler's fighting Conor McGregor. He's fighting Conor McGregor. What's the implications in that fight? What happens after that fight? If Chandler wins, does Chandler go move up the rankings even though McGregor's not ranked? McGregor's not even in there. He's not even in the top 15. He ain't fought in forever. I think the match to make for Islam's next fight should be Dustin Poirier. Oliveira's had his crack at it, lost. Then he went to Volkanovski. Volkanovski lost. No matter what anybody says, he lost that fight. I think Poirier is next. And I think I think it's a good matchup for Dustin Poirier. Just from what I saw with Islam Makhachev against Volkanovski, I think Dustin Poirier would be, if anybody's going to dethrone him, I think it's either going to be Dustin Poirier or Justin Gaethje. Because if either one of them connect with a shot, it might put Islam down. Volkanovski's not known for knockout power. So I think that's the fight to make next. Honestly, I think it's Poirier and Islam. Or you could put Oliveira against Poirier, and the winner of that gets Islam. What do you do with Gaethje? But I'll tell you what I know is going to happen. If Conor McGregor knocks out Michael Chandler, McGregor's going to get a crack at that lightweight title. Just because he puts asses in seats. That's what's going to happen. Let's talk about these bantamweights. Obviously, I think Sugar Sean O'Malley gets the fight for that title. He's number one contender. Um, beat Peter Yan. He's already beat him. I'd love to see Sean O'Malley against Marlon Vera. I do think O'Malley beats Aljamain Sterling. Just my opinion. I mean, it's kind of biased because I kind of share this thing with Sugar Sean O'Malley. His jiu-jitsu coach is Lil Tank, which my jiu-jitsu coach has learned from Little Tank's brother, Bruno Tank Mendez. So we're all soul fighters, jiu-jitsu. So I share that with Sugar Sean O'Malley. I always pull for Sugar Sean. So I want him to win every fight. But I'd love to see that rematch with Marlon Vera. I think that'd be a good one. Flyweight. I mean, is there any more than two guys in flyweight? I mean, Brandon Moreno and Davison Figueiredo. I don't know if we can do that fight again. Kind of overseeing it. Kai Kira France. I think he's next in line for a shot. I think he already lost to Moreno, though. So, I don't know about that one. Welterweight, I guess everybody knows. It's going to be Kamaru Usman and Leon Edwards. I don't know how Leon Edwards is in a pound for pound. I think he caught Kamaru Usman with a lucky shot, if you ask me. But, yeah, I mean, either way, I mean, everybody's got a puncher's chance or a kicker's chance, whatever you want to say. But what happens in that division? You got Gilbert Burns. Gilbert Burns is the man, dude. I think honestly, man, Gilbert Burns should be ranked in the top 2. He's fighting Masvidal next. I don't know. It sounds like a waste of a fight for me. Masvidal is ranked number 11, dude. Hasn't won a fight in a while. I'm a huge Masvidal fan. Don't get me wrong. I love watching Masvidal fight, but he hasn't won a fight in a minute. Why is Gilbert Burns going down? I think the fight for Gilbert Burns would have been Colby Covington or Belal Muhammad. I think that would have been the fight for Gilbert Burns. You want to move up, not down. Where does that leave Chimaev? Is Chimaev staying at welterweight? Is Chimaev going to middleweight? Where's he going? What's he doing? I don't think he knows what he's doing. He's a great fighter, but I just don't think he knows what he's doing. He calls out middleweights and welterweights. And I guess is it up to you if you want to make weight or not? I mean, we already been down this road. You didn't make weight last time. I think the fight for him, honestly, would be the winner of Alex Pereira and Israel Adesanya. I think that should be the fight. There was whispers or talks about him fighting Robert Whittaker. I don't know if that's going to happen. That'd be a cool fight. And I think the winner of that needs to be the number one contender in the middleweights. Pereira's, everybody, watched the last fight, Pereira and Adesanya. I wasn't surprised. There was a lot of people surprised. Pereira connects. It's done deal for anybody in that division. Or in the light heavyweight division. I think what you're going to get is I think Alex Pereira is going to end up moving up to light heavyweights. And trying to avenge the loss of his buddy and coach. I think he's going to move up and fight Hill for a title after he's done at middleweight. Whether he wins or loses, I think he's moving up. Yuri Prohaska, what's the status on him? And Magomed Ankalaev, I can't say his name, but what's the deal with him? He just had a draw with Jan Blachowicz. I don't think it was a draw. I'm a huge Jan fan too, but I mean, Magomed won that fight. Let's just be honest. Other than that, I don't really see anybody in that division, man. Alexander Rakic, I mean, he's number 4. Uh, I think you need to go. Yari Prohaska, I think when he gets back, he needs to get his title shot off the rip. I don't think he needs to take another fight before the title shot. Technically didn't lose the belt. He needs to get his crack at Hill. And that'd be that. And then I think the winner of that, or then I think, Magomed and Jan have to fight again. The winner of that obviously gets a shot at the belt. And then they're going to be looking at, I think Hill's going to be looking at Pereira. Either way, he wins or loses. Pereira wants to kill him. Let's just be honest. And he wants to crack at him bad. So, what about Jimmy Crute last night? Let's go to that. Let's go back to that to the light heavies. Jimmy Crute won last, or was it a draw? I believe it was a draw or he won. I can't remember. But man, that was a good fight. That was probably fight of the night, if you ask me. Yeah, that was definitely, I think, fight of the night. Man, was Jimmy Crute and Alonzo Menefield. Crute obviously won the fight on the ground. Menefield was tagging Crute on the feet. I don't think either one of them guys are, top 10, top 5. I don't think either one of them are top, 5, 10 in the light heavyweights. But, let's go and look at the rest of that main card. You had Justin Tafa KO'd Parker Porter. I mean, a minute and 6 seconds into the fight, Justin Tafa is going to be one to see, man. I can't wait to see that. I want to see more of him. And, here's the fight I really want to see with Justin Tafa is Justin Tafa and Tai Tuivasa. That'd be a fucking fight, man. 2 big-ass Samoan dudes going at it, man. That'd be awesome. Be awesome fight, man. I mean, I would entitle, Tai Tuivasa coming down ranks and stuff, but I think it'd just be a cool fight. It'd give Justin Tafa a chance to move up the ladder, and Tai Tuivasa, I think he's coming off a loss. I can't remember correct, but that's something to see. Heavyweights. Francis Ngannou is gone. What happens up there at the big boys? Obviously, everybody knows John Bones Jones is fighting Ciryl Gane for the title. What happens after that? Stipe Miocic, Sergey, Curtis Blades is up there at number 4. Tai Tuivasa at 5. And everybody else is kind of irrelevant. Man, I think the winner, I think what we're going to see is we're going to see John Jones against Stipe. At some point, we're going to see that. Whether John wins or John loses, John wins, his next fight's going to be Stipe. If John loses, his next fight's going to be Stipe. People just want to see that fight. I want to see that fight. John Jones is my favorite fighter, so obviously I'm gonna ride with John Jones until somebody actually beats him. People can argue Dominic Reyes already beat him, which maybe he did, maybe he didn't, but call what you want. He's if you want to go pound for pound, number 1 is John Jones until somebody actually beats him. And then you got the Sergey Pavlovich. I can't say Russian names, but that dude's dangerous, man. He's an interesting fight. I think he needs to fight Curtis Blades. I want to see more of that in the UFC. I want to see these top guys fighting top guys. I want to see, the number 2 against the number 3. I want to see number 4 against number 5. I want to see that. I don't like seeing that number 2 against number 11. It's stupid. I mean, I understand there's certain good matchups in it, but like, take this for example. Like, if Stipe fought some dude named Chris Dawkins, the number 12 heavyweight. So if the number 2 wouldn't, no one sells shit. Nobody's gonna watch that. Everybody's gonna Stipe would fucking tear that dude up. You know, let's match these top guys with top guys. Be a cool fight to watch Derek Lewis against Rosenstruck. I think that'd be a fun fight to watch. You know, and that's the number 9 and number 10 fighters. You know, let's match these guys up. Tai Tuivasa and Curtis Blades. Let's see that. See Tai Tuivasa against Sergey. Let's see these kind of fights, man. That'd be good fights. Fun fights to watch, man. I mean, when Tai fought Ciryl Gane, it was a good fight. You know, Ciryl Gane caught him, but it was still a good fight. I want to see more of that, man. We'll move on from UFC. Let's talk a little bit about Jiu-Jitsu. We have Gordon Ryan against Felipe Pena coming up February 25th. Honestly, cannot wait to watch that. I don't think anybody's going to beat Gordon Ryan for a very, very long time. That dude is insanely good. Name a guy you think is going to beat him. I mean, any grappling fans in here watch this, give me a guy that's going to beat Gordon Ryan. I'll wait, and I want to see it. Felipe, thinks he's, got together with the Avengers. He's goes to camp with Andre Galvo. He goes to camp with, Craig Jones. I love Craig Jones, but dog, you trying to like come on, man. Craig knows that's gonna fucking get under the skin of Gordon Ryan, which maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Gordon Ryan could probably care less. I don't think he cares who teaches who anything. But the one thing I don't like about everybody who's talking about Gordon Ryan is, oh man, he's on steroids. He's on steroids. You guys are aware that they do not drug test in grappling, right? You guys are aware of that? Because everybody's on fucking steroids. ADCC, everybody's juiced, man. You think Nicky Rod ain't fucking juiced up? Come on. Nicky Rod's juiced up. Fucking Andre Galvo is juiced up. They're all juiced up, man. I don't give a shit. It's like bodybuilding. Everybody knows they're juiced up too, but nobody says anything unless you're a fucking idiot and you want to sit there and criticize bodybuilders. Well, guess what? Newsflash, every one of them are on steroids. Every one of them. I know some of them, and they're all on steroids. World's Strongest Men, they're all on steroids. Every one of them. Let's get that out there. In grappling, I wouldn't say all of them are, but I mean the good bit of them are. Craig Jones probably not, but Gordon Ryan probably. Who gives a shit? Who cares? That all everybody can say. He still got to know jiu-jitsu. I mean, you pull a random bodybuilder off the street just because they take steroids. I bet they can't do jiu-jitsu. I bet you they get their ass kicked by somebody that weighs 170 pounds. Hell, Gordon Ryan rolled with fucking Thor. Roll with, what's his name? World's Strongest Man, Hafthor Bjornsson. He fucking threw him around. So, you still have to know jiu-jitsu. It's like baseball, man. Everybody talks about, oh, these guys hitting home runs on steroids. You still gotta hit the fucking ball. I don't care. I think if you put steroids in sports, I think it makes it more interesting. I know at UFC, you can't, they test you in UFC, but hell, when Pride was around, man, Pride used to have them dudes all juiced up. Fucking about killing each other. It was awesome to watch, man. So, let's tune in. I'm going to tune in on that February 25th. I know it's Jake Paul fights that day, too. He fights Tommy Fury. I'll probably watch that, too. It better not be fake. If it's fake, I ain't watching it. If it comes out, here's how you know if it's fake. If it comes out as an exhibition fight, it's fake. It's fucking set up. If it counts against records, I'll probably watch it because more or less it's going to be real, hopefully. So, that's that, man. That's a whole MMA episode. You guys stay tuned. Now, maybe tomorrow I'll put out a NFL recap of the season and, a preview of the next season. Maybe cover some more college football on another episode. I had, some good criticism from people saying I needed to split up my episodes. I'm bouncing around way too much. So today was a full MMA, mixed martial arts, UFC, grappling, who's number one type episode. So, yeah, if you guys like the episode, make sure you like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Twitter. Follow my page on Facebook. Like I said, I mention it all the time. If you guys want to get involved, if you want to be on the show, just let me know. I'll figure out how to work this thing so, we can, video it and record the video so we can talk to each other and, have good conversations. I keep saying that I'm having people on here, and I am. I have a few things in the making, and actually going to have Thor Schaefer on here hopefully soon. He's shooting a movie here in Panama City Beach. So I might have, a couple guys from their movie on here. I believe it's some type of, martial arts movie. If you guys are into that, support our local people. All right, man. Y'all give me some feedback, like, subscribe, everything like that.